Hi, good morning. Yeah, we're changing things up a little bit. How's your Friday? As we head into the weekend, you're going to be doing a lot of this, fanning yourself or trying to stay in the air conditioning. It is going to be oppressively hot. We're just going to tell you that right now. Beckett Moore is going to join us in just a second to tell us just how hot it's going to be and when we're going to break this darn pattern. But we're talking about officially kicking off summer. So welcome to summer in a big way. Good morning to you. As you can see, I'm your host, Monica Adams. The show is The Real Monica Adams Show, and we're all about bringing you that positivity in the morning. So again, whether you are here local with us, great. Thank you so much for supporting my career for the last 32 years. If you are outside of our immediate area and you don't know me, I was a longtime TV anchor and radio host and decided 2.5 years ago to step away and bring you more of this, since I know so many don't want to wake up to the negativity of the news anymore. And we get that. Trust me, we understand. So this show is all about serving you positivity, hope, inspiration, all those great things. So welcome aboard. If you are outside of our area, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to be really interactive and we'll talk with you. Today's a fun one. I love to go into the weekend with some feel good stories. So Foodie Friday. And today we get to cook with the kids. We're going to feature 2 kids today. We will feature Beckett Moore in just a second. And then Makenna Egan is joining me on our first Cooking with Kids at Slyman Brothers Appliances. We'll also be breaking down some arm exercises. I can't tell you how many women have said, Monica, I don't like my arms. I want to get them more sculpted. Okay, well, we're going to work on the biceps and the shoulders today. So we'll have our Foodie and Fitness Friday on tap for you. And of course, we'll get you update on some news you can use. How about the Cardinals? They had a doubleheader yesterday. We'll see how that turned out. And as I said, it's officially starting summer, but what else is on tap for your day? We'll talk about all of that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Let's get to our segment that we like to call What the Weather.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
That's the segment, and there he is, aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So we got this behind us because it's just disgustingly going to be hot,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about in just a second. But tell us where you are today.
Yeah, so I'm over at our cottage near Grafton, Illinois today.
And so when Becky came on just a handful of minutes ago, I was just listening and I was like, oh my gosh, those birds sound beautiful. And then I heard an owl that's talking to you out there. That's what I love about getting away from the city. You get a chance to hear all of that. You see any fun creatures out there? Are there a lot of deer? Or what else are you seeing?
Usually not much, just like raccoons, groundhogs, and snakes. So not really the type you want to see.
No, I don't want to see any snakes. The groundhog
Yeah,
might be okay.
don't know. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe.
are you there for the whole weekend
Yes.
and then back on Monday?
Yes.
Well, do you guys do that a lot during the summer?
Yeah, during the summer we do that pretty much all the time. Yeah.
I love it. It sounds beautiful. Well, we're talking about this, and I know we're going to break down just giving you some tips because when we're talking about hot weather like this, we don't want people to take it lightly, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so really, really dangerous. Okay, so Beckett's going to break down your 7-day for you, and then we're going to talk about those of you that do have outside plans, and I'm going to ask Beckett just how dangerous it really, really is. So let's do the 7-day first, Beckett.
Yeah, so looking at the 7-day forecast on Friday, today we're going to have a high of around 94 degrees, sunny skies. Then as we move into tomorrow for your Saturday, really warming up into the upper 90s, 97 for your Saturday. That is when the extreme heat watch does come into effect. We're going to continue to see that extreme heat into Sunday, 97 on Sunday and sunny. Monday, same thing again. It comes to an end on Tuesday with a high of 95 and sunny, and we still do keep pretty hot temperatures there in the 90s through Wednesday and Thursday. And by Thursday, we could have some rain around, but until then, it's going to be very hot and very sunny.
Okay, so it's not just that though. It's the heat index because
Yeah.
people look at that, right? And then they're like, "Well, wait a minute. So what does that all mean to us? Is that how hot it's going to feel, et cetera?" Talk about that.
Yes, so the reason why we're going to have that extreme heat watch is because the heat indices are going to be above 100 degrees. So first round of hot weather for the year starts Friday and will last into the beginning of next week for St. Louis. Stay safe in the heat by drinking plenty of water, wearing light colored clothing, and avoid those strenuous outdoor activities this weekend.
Yeah, so let's break this down again. He's saying that, and I want you to heed this warning. So, we're talking about watching and checking on the elderly. We're talking about when you're running errands, you do not leave the kids in the car, leave
Mhm.
the dogs at home. Today's
Yeah,
actually National Bring Your Dog to Work Today, but I'm going to say don't.
yeah, for sure.
Or
Don't
if
break.
you do, you got to bring them inside into the air conditioning. But I know we're laughing a little bit, but this is serious. This is when we start talking about heat deaths.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So, again, I would say if you do have to go outside, and Beckett, we've been talking about this for over a month now. We've got our big poker run tomorrow.
Mhm.
So light colored clothing, folks, and not a ton of layers. I mean, that's the scary thing because a lot of people like us are going to be on the motorcycles, and you normally are told to dress to go down. I hate hearing that, but they say that to just cover up, obviously. Any other tips you would give us for those that have to be on motorcycles or for the people who want to have the tops down? I mean, I was saying, of course, make sure you're wearing your sunscreen because you're going to be baking in it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Wear your sunscreen and just have lots of water. Make sure to keep hydrated.
Yep. Okay. And again, I know poker runs, people like to go different places and then they're like, oh, let's have a beer. And the more alcohol, the harder it's going to be on the body. So if you are going to have a beer, follow it back up with a water right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, Becca. Well, you all stay cool and looking forward to hearing any fun things that you did for the weekend there at the cottage. And then we'll see you back here on Monday.
All right, sounds good. You too.
All right, folks, love him. Don't you? Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist. Again, remember to follow him on X and on his YouTube pages, again, for the most accurate forecast. But yeah, that was the thing. We wanted him to kick things off to talk about the dangerous aspect of the heat. Now, if you are going on vacation, you're going to hang by a beach, or maybe you're in a cool area, tell us where you are because this is now the time when it's cold here and we're waiting for warmer weather. Now we're in it. We always say we can't win, can we? We're in the warmer weather. Now we're probably wishing for cooler. So I don't know anybody that likes this type of heat. If you do, you can let me know. Good morning, all of you that are signing on this morning. I hope you're having a great time. Okay, so Jenny, good morning to you. Stephanie, good morning. Julie says all the gear all the time on a bike. So Julie, I'm going to ask you that because I would think of just wearing like my Know Your Value shirt with just like a little t-shirt tomorrow with 97, 98-degree heat. What would you wear? Because obviously you go out on a bike. We're talking about motorcycles here, but if you're going out on a bike, you're exercising. You got to get the exercising in early these days that are coming up here. I would definitely tell you if you can train, do your walks, do your runs, etc. 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock. It's starting to be lighter, obviously, as you know, in the 5 o'clock hour. So you could get out there. But if you even think of going out at 4 o'clock, then in the dark, make sure you have reflective clothing, maybe even have some a light on. People sometimes will run with minor lights or have lights on their bicycles. Again, trying to take care of you on multiple levels. But yeah, if you're going out on a motorcycle, I would love to hear more from you, Julie. What would you be wearing tomorrow at the poker run? And are you coming, by the way? I hope you are able to come and join us. Okay, let's get into some news you can use because a lot of you are out doing your lawn right now. And this happened. Firefighters had to rescue a man that was trapped by his mower. Can you imagine? I bet you this happens more than we think. This is Bobby Watson recovering after he survived this freak accident while using a commercial riding lawnmower. Obviously, it could have been so much worse. He retired after 37 years in law enforcement. So, first of all, Bobby, thank you for your service. 25 years working at the Eureka Police Department. Right now, he owns and operates a small business called Emergency Land and Lawn Management. And he said it was just a normal day. He and his employees were cutting grass, trimming at the Missouri American Water North Water Treatment Plant in Florissant. And at one point, he was turning around the mower when a couple of wheels slipped over the edge of an incline and the mower slid down and into a pit. He said, when I hit, my body dropped just enough that the roll bar hit exactly where my ribs were, and it probably would have decapitated him. The mower fell into a hole 6 to 8 feet deep. It pushed him against a metal wall. The weight of the mower was crushing him against the wall. It actually took 30 minutes of yelling and whistling before one of his workers even heard him and then called 911. It was actually the Florissant Valley Fire Protection District that responded. The firefighters encountered it was saying that it was so unique. 3 members of the responding crew had recently received extensive training on a variety of rescue situations. Firefighters took about 20 minutes to finally free him. And of course, he's extremely grateful for all of them. He spent 3 days in the hospital and he is still home recovering. What a freak accident. But those are the things I'm always worried about when people are mowing and you see those inclines. I've always been afraid that something like that would happen. But I'm so glad that he survived that and is doing better. Okay, this news has been circulating, and he wants to put the rumors to bed. Hulk Hogan is not on his deathbed, despite rumors that are out there. His representative said he's not dying. There's no reason to panic. They confirmed this to several media outlets, including E! News and TMZ. There were rumors out there that he was hospitalized for ongoing neck and back issues. The 71-year-old underwent neck surgery, according to his rep. The procedure was successful. Rumors about Hulk's health apparently started after YouTuber Bubba the Love Sponge said during a stream that the wrestler was in the hospital and might not make it. Hulk's no stranger to surgery, by the way. He had at least 24 operations from 2014 to 2024 alone. But once again, Hulk Hogan, not dying, 71 years old. And he says, I'm fighting and I'm stronger than ever after, again, having the neck surgery, but he's doing well. So if you're a fan of his, there you go. This is a good time, evidently, to become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And all your kids that are thinking about what they want to do as they are growing up, well, they might want to think of this, because the cheerleaders are saying that they are getting a major raise, 400% increase in pay. What the heck? I went into the wrong field here. One of the cheerleaders has said during the second season of the Netflix series America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, the members are getting this huge boost in pay. They've been pushing for pay increases for years. You remember back in 2019, they settled a lawsuit with a former cheerleader that led to the squad doubling their pay per game from $200 to $400. The latest raise is 4 times that. They say their efforts were heard, and they're getting their raise. They ended up getting, again, 400% increase, which they said is life-changing. So congratulations, ladies. Literally, what does it say on my shirt? Know your value. And they did. And I had to put that one in because it fits right there with what I always say. Whatever you feel you are worth, ask for it. If you don't, you're not going to get it. All right. The Cards had a doubleheader and they won both of them, 5-4 and 8-6 against the Chicago White Sox. Now the Cards are back home. I told you they're playing at Busch, and all of you that are going, please have more water than beer. It's going to be miserably hot. The Cardinals and the Reds today, 6:15. We're talking about in the hottest part of the day. Tomorrow, it's an afternoon game with the Reds and the Cardinals. Game time will be at 1:15. All right. Did you hear about this? The Florida Panthers, they cracked the Stanley Cup during their celebrations. This is real. So if you've ever had a chance to pose with the Stanley Cup, it's a phenomenal thing just to be around and know what it takes to win that trophy. And there's so many names on it. There's so many stories of what each athlete's able to do when they have their day with it. But yeah, the Florida Panthers, they celebrated their victory over the Edmonton Oilers this week, perhaps a little too much. It came at the expense of the trophy itself. Somehow, the Panthers players cracked the rim of it. A spokesperson for the Hockey Hall of Fame told the Associated Press that the keepers of the cup plan to have it repaired in time for the Panthers celebration parade, which, by the way, is going to take place this weekend. That parade is set for Sunday. But I don't know, in all my years of covering sports, I know there's a lot of different things that happen with the cup, some things that they don't talk about. I don't know that I've ever heard that it's been cracked before, but yeah, I saw that this morning and thought, uh-oh, are they going to get in trouble? This one I forgot to do for you, so let me pass this along. Canadian tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum could rise depending on trade talks. This is Canada's Prime Minister speaking out, Mark Carney. Yesterday, he said he will impose new tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum starting on July 21st, depending on the progress of trade talks with our U.S. President, Donald Trump. Carney, who met with Trump at the Group of 7 meetings in Alberta this week, reiterated yesterday that Canada and the U.S. agreed to pursue negotiations toward a deal within the coming 30 days. So we've been talking a lot about tariffs over the last few weeks. We'll keep an eye on this one and let you know if that does in fact come true. All right, your National Day of Calendar. Summer begins, and it definitely feels like it. It is National Take Your Dog to Work Day. If you're going to do it, make sure that you get him out of that car right away, get him into the air conditioning. National Seashell Day. That's the first day of summer. National Hike with a Geek Day. That was founded back in 2017 by Geek Adventures, which is formerly Hiking with Geeks. Okay. And it is also National, can you even pronounce that one? What is that? Kujan Amande? Kuigan? I don't know this one. If you do, let me know. It was founded back in 2015. National Ice Cream Soda Day, but your ice cream is going to melt pretty fast. And it's Anne and Samantha Day. That's the day of summer and winter solstice. There you go. We like to have a little fun with you and tell you what's on tap for your day. Sometimes people get the national day of, and all of a sudden it makes them think, oh, that's what I want to go out and eat, ice cream or whatever it may be. Evangelist, good morning and God bless you. I love whenever you come on. All right, let's come back here. Julie says, I don't ride when it's that hot. Aha, that's what I was wondering. A dude's playground, boots, and more boots. Of course, I always have boots on. Not big on helmets. Oh my gosh, I will not go on the bike without a helmet. Or long sleeve leather shirts, but you must protect your feet. Oh, of course. We always have boots on. That's a no-brainer. We always have helmets on. In fact, a very dear friend of mine who worked for Harley for a long time, he said, the helmet you wear depends on what you think the value of your brain is worth. And I was like, oh, wow. Very, very true. And he's also the one that said to dress to go down. And so I see a lot of people that are in the heat and then they'll wear leather because they're like, hey, if this bike goes down, I want to protect myself. We're talking about riding on your motorcycles in this extreme heat. And what would you wear? If you've got family or friends that are motorcyclists, have them sign on. I would love to get some tips from them because there's a lot of people that are going to be a part of our big day yesterday, and they will truly be revving it up. All right. We hope to see a lot of you despite the heat. It's the third annual Dudes Playground Poker Run on tap. Can you believe it? It's finally here tomorrow at noon. It is 5301 Kaskaskia Road in Waterloo, Illinois. So if you haven't been hearing us talk about it, you either are brand new to the show or you've been living under a rock because we've been talking about this for 2 months now. Free food and entertainment once you come back from the poker run, or that's where a lot of you might not be going on the poker run and instead decide to come for the events. So food, entertainment. Again, we want to give a big shout out to Bandanas. Thank you so much. Thank you to Giuseppe and Grace over at Trattoria Giuseppe and to Silo. We've been telling you all along, those are the 3 that are donating food for us. Entertainment from Dos Amigos. Sparklers display on tap at 9:15. Now, here's the breakdown. It's $10 per poker hand, and you can play as many hands as you want. Remember, we're raising money for our heroes. So I would love for you to play a ton of hands, $10 per poker hand, and then you'll come back and we'll find out who has the best hand. There's also a 50-50. And again, hydrate is what I've been mentioning. Please heed those warnings. Okay, so some people have been asking, oh, Monica, I'd love to be a part of this. What is the route? So as you hop on to your Harley, or maybe you're going to get in one of your classic cars, whatever you have that you want to be a part of in this, let me break it down for you. They're going to do the first stop, of course, where we're leaving from, Dude's Playground in Waterloo. Then their second stop is the Bailout, which is in Baldwin, Illinois. Third stop, Billy Bob's Juke, and that's Evansville, Illinois. Fourth stop, American Legion, Prairie du Rocher. And then fifth stop is, of course, back at Dude's Playground. A lot of people were asking about that. I put it in the event page yesterday. And if you haven't seen that, please check that out. Again, it's going to be a great time, and this is going to be us tomorrow. And I will, in fact, have that helmet on. I want you all to, again, you got to do you. And I wish that it was still a law everywhere. I don't understand getting on a motorcycle without a helmet, just like getting on a bicycle. Your kids, you put your kids with a helmet on. As an adult, you should still be doing the same thing. Julie says, my brain's important. I always wear a full helmet. That's the other thing. Jim started talking about wearing a half helmet. And I'm like, nope. I said, Jim, remember this comment. And when I told him it all depends on what you think of your brain, he was like, oh, okay, never mind. He keeps the full one on. I mean, I know that's even hotter, but again, it's all about protecting yourself. Don't forget about the wheelbarrow of booze. Yep, he's got that as well. But I'm asking you not to drink too much alcohol tomorrow. It's all about drinking water. Can I say that enough? Water. So yeah, he's got a wheelbarrow of booze, as well as the 50-50 and all of that. Anyway, good stuff on tap for you tomorrow. Okay, it's a Foodie Friday and a Fitness Friday. We've got a lot planned for you today, and we're going to get to our Cooking with Makenna Egan when we return.
Carroll House is now the contemporary furniture design center.
We now have the largest selection of the latest ultra-modern furniture.
Sleek European designs, unique metals, bold lacquers, plush fabrics, and retro styles.
Modern furnishings with exclusive collections only at Carroll House.
Plus free financing, free delivery and setup, and free in-home design.
Visit the St. Louis Center for Contemporary Design inside our 3.5-acre showrooms at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
We sure do, and we also like to stay cool as much as we possibly can, and we can do that thanks to our friends over at Just Pools. They are the pool specialists. They can build a pool in your backyard, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to wish you had one this weekend. If not, find a family friend or go to a community pool or stay inside in the air conditioning. Can we say it enough? I mean, seriously, it's going to be ridiculously hot, but this is when you start thinking, yeah, I think I'd like to build a pool. Above ground, in-ground pools. They also have spas. You can have all those beautiful features, the water, the fire features. And then remember to get those chemicals and keep your pool sparkling clean with the Clear Results chemicals. Those are from our friends at Just Pools. Again, they're located on the West Outer Road in Arnold. Give them a call, 636-464 6110. 636 again 464 7110. 636 464 7110. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Foodie Friday. This one's going to be fun. You know I love kids, and today we're going to cook with the kids. We're at Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County. We love them, so do you, and when it comes time for you to get a new stove or a new oven or whatever appliance you need, maybe you need a new refrigerator, freezer, I want you to remember our friends at Slyman. They have the best appliances, and you can trust them. They've been around for 60 years. 60 years, can you imagine that, Makenna? 60 years in business, which is impressive. So let me introduce my friend. This is Makenna Egan. Are you excited for today's show?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being a part of this. We've been talking about the two of us doing this together for a while now. And one of the reasons kids are out of school, tell them where you went and where you're going.
I went to Stone Creek Elementary and I'm going to South Middle this year.
Yeah, are you excited to be changing schools? Is it excitement, nervous, a little bit of both?
It's excitement because it's like boring sitting in one classroom all day. So now I get to move classrooms.
Yeah, I love it. It's the evolution of life, right? You go up the ladder and then all of a sudden you get knocked back down. You think about going from elementary to junior high and then high school, and then you're back as a freshman, and then it's like now I'm a senior, and then you're back and forth. That's life. What do you learn from that?
Like what I've learned through not middle school, what I've learned through elementary school is like there's like been a lot of people like that are mean and like all that stuff, and it's just like
We don't like mean people.
No.
What's this show all about? Kindness. Be kind, okay? And kids can be some of the meanest people on the planet. We're trying to eradicate that. Bullying is not a good thing, right? You see bullying at school from time to time? A lot. Oh, I don't like to hear that. All right, so no more bullying. We got to get rid of that. Well, today we're going to do something that we think is very important. Getting together as families. So you and I are going to make a few different things. Are these some of your favorites we're making today?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do a quesadilla pizza. I don't even know what that is, but she's going to teach me. We're also going to do, is this like a fun little snack that you could have after school or during summer?
Yeah.
So we're going to do some apples and peanut butter and chocolate chips. Little bit of chocolate. Actually, the cool thing we're going to show you about the stove and the oven, there's layers of things you probably don't have in your own appliances. And I was just told that from a chocolate standpoint, like if you think you put your pot down and then you leave that flame too high, it's going to burn this and it's going to burn the chocolate and you got to start all over again. That's no fun, right? There is a layer of this. Most of us in the past, if you had your gas appliance and you turned it on, even if you turned it on to simmer, you still could burn that bottom of the pan. There's another level where you go and then all of a sudden, boom, it's there. You could even put your hand on it and it's warm, but you're not going to burn your hand. That's the cool thing. So again, appliances have come a long, long way. So remember that. Ask them about it when you come in to Slyman Brothers Appliances. Once again, if you're just tuning in, a Foodie Friday, I'm your host, Monica Adams. This is Makenna Egan. So besides the quesadilla pizza, and then do we have a name for this one, or is it just apples, peanut butter, and chocolate chips?
Yeah.
It's that, right? And then what else are we making?
We're making roasted lettuce.
And she laughed at this. She said, Mom, How is Monica not eating roasted lettuce on a regular basis? You love roasted lettuce?
Yeah.
That's awesome, right? For all of you parents who try to get kids to eat more greenery, maybe we got to roast it. It's a simple thing. We are literally going to use 2 ingredients. One is the lettuce and the other is this. Do you like avocado oil?
Yeah.
Why do you like it so much? What's the taste about it that you like?
It doesn't really like have a taste, I feel like, but it just like works for everything.
Yeah, it works. It's yummy. That's what she's thinking. So tell me, as you have been cooking with your mom, do you have favorites that stand out? I'm gonna say mom and dad maybe. Is dad a good cook?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's not leave dad out. By the way, she is the daughter of Jenny Egan. Okay, if you haven't figured out the last name, my assistant, the moderator extraordinaire that works with all of you. This is her sweet daughter. You also have a sister. You want to give a shout out to her?
Alyssa Egan.
Hi, Alyssa. Are you two really good friends?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Sisterhood. We like that. So do you all as a family cook together?
Yeah.
What's some of your favorites?
Probably every once in a while when we make like little like pizzas together as a family, little like breads like this, then we like spread the sauce on and make pizzas.
What's your favorite ingredients for a pizza?
I like cheese pizza.
Oh, you know what? And I hear that a lot. My nephews, I would get all fancy with them and put all these, and they're like, we won't eat that. Oh, what do you want? Cheese. Kids love cheese. You want them to eat the vegetables? Put cheese on it. Put cheese on everything, and guess what? The kids will eat it. Yeah. Okay, so from a snack standpoint, and Makenna actually came up with this idea. She said, Mom, I want to cook with Monica and do a kids cooking segment because as they're now all home from school, we got to keep you busy. And so how important is it to meal prep?
It's very important because if you don't meal prep, then sometimes it's
free for all.
Yeah, and in the morning, sometimes my mom will meal prep before she goes to work for lunches, and like when she wakes up, it's just like hard to get all of it together. So it's better to do it like before you start cooking.
And it's better to do it as a family, so it's not all on mom or all on dad, but collectively, if there's 4 of you, that everybody plays a role, right? That's something that you all can learn. We talk about getting back to the dinner table and talking together. That's how you really find out what's going on with your kids. But it's also teaching at a very young age. You're 10? So at 10, but she said that she's been doing it for a while now in her very long life. That if you are taught a little bit earlier, it becomes second nature, that you're like, hey, so I remember cooking with my mom, cooking with grandma, passing those recipes down. It's fun. What's the best thing that your mom makes for you?
Probably, I really like this one like pasta that she makes. I forgot what it's called, but she puts like breading over it, and then it's like pasta underneath. Like
what is it, Jenny? Pasta and broccoli. Oh, that's it. She said pasta. So what does your dad do? A lot of times we ask if dads are a good cook, and a lot of times, they grill really good. Does your dad like to grill?
Yes, he likes to grill, and he's very good at making tacos.
Tacos. Okay, I want to be invited for tacos. All right, so we're going to get to this. What do we start with, Makenna?
We're going to start with roasted lettuce.
Roasted lettuce. Okay, so this is going to go in here. We're going to put this one in our oven, which, what do we have to, we already preheated it, by the way, so what are we baking it on? 350?
350.
For how long?
Around like 15 minutes.
And how do we know when it's done?
Like the edges will be crispy, and like the center will be like a little bit like chewy, not like chewy, but like I don't know.
So do you like to roast your lettuce and then what do you add to it? Like what kind of proteins do you like?
I don't really know.
What do you eat with your roasted lettuce?
Probably sometimes I just eat it plain, but sometimes I'll eat it in like a meal. Like I've actually put roasted lettuce like on a hamburger once or cheeseburger.
That's what I mean. I think, you know what, and the other day I saw someone talking about what did they use? They took, if you don't want the carbs from bread or from buns, you just make this big like hamburger bowl. And so they had lettuce in it, they had hamburger in it, and pickles, because people love the salt aspect of pickles. I'm just going to pick this up because this is not working very well for me. So is that okay? Yeah. I washed my hands. So you can do that, and then it's all about putting ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise all together. That's the secret spice. I'm going to give a shout out to my friend
My mom's
Brittany.
made that before, like cheeseburger salad.
Yes, cheeseburger salad, exactly. Okay, so we are doing, by the way, if you're just tuning in on this Foodie Friday, am I doing this okay? Okay, so we are doing roasted lettuce, and we're going to put in our oven, 350 degrees for, you said, about 15 minutes?
Around 15 minutes.
We're going to check it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when we put that in, then we're going to, can I just put them in here? Is there any right way, wrong way? You're going to judge my roasted lettuce making? No, no judgment zone right here, okay? Okay, I'm going to let her do the oil, and then we'll be checking on this from time to time. A little crispiness. Again, we're not even putting any kind of salt and pepper or anything on it. We are just doing the roasted lettuce and then putting a little avocado oil. So we're going to drizzle over the top of it. And besides the roasted lettuce, we are also doing a snack for the kids during the time, I'll put a little bit more, during the time that they are home from school and throughout the summer. And then think about these things as they keep themselves occupied, because this should never be idle, right? We've got to keep our brains working.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to put that in the oven?
Mhm.
All right, in the oven it goes. And look, this is a Wolf oven. These appliances are amazing. So do we put it in the middle?
Sure.
Sure, he says. Why not? I think that's a good place to put it, in the middle. So we're gonna set a timer. My team's behind the scenes. I want to give a shout out to Zach Kimball directing. Mom Jenny Egan is here. She's monitoring, making sure that her daughter's doing a good job. We also have Miranda Devers, Gabriel Bell, and Hayden Schwab all doing their work. Okay, so I'm going to switch this over to you on your side, and let's do our quesadilla pizza.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we need for our quesadilla pizza?
Okay, so first you're gonna make the tortillas. It doesn't really matter which ones that you use, but
So which one? Oh, but they have carb balance, right? So
Yeah.
if you are watching your intake, so these are flour. You could, would it work okay with corn? Yes, I like corn. So I would probably pick corn, but you do you, right? You do you. So these are keto certified and super soft, it says, Makenna. So we're gonna put, do we have to put anything in the pot? We're gonna use some avocado oil, or do we need anything at all? Yes?
you need some avocado over like on the bottom.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take this back off for you. Okay, so I have, do we just put it on low on the stove? Low to medium? All right, I have it on low right now, so we're gonna bring up the fire just a little bit. Mm-hmm.
And spread it like that.
Yes, she knows how to spread it. So if that's not enough, we put a little bit more, right? So again, if you're just tuning in, we're doing Foodie Friday, cooking with the kids, and Makenna and I are doing quesadilla pizza. We're also doing some roasted lettuce that we have in the oven, and then we're gonna do this fun snack. Who doesn't love apples and peanut butter and chocolate? I mean, come on, that's easy. All right, let's put just a little bit more. And then we're gonna use our keto certified carb balance tortillas. So is that regular pepperoni or turkey pepperoni?
It's just
Turkey
pepperoni.
Yeah, that's
And then
my
you're
favorite.
gonna take
Okay.
your tortilla,
Okay.
and then you're gonna take your pizza sauce. This is like the healthy pizza sauce. It's really good. It tastes like normal pizza sauce. It's like not
You know
any
what?
different.
I'm glad you said that, because people think when you eat healthy that it's not going to taste good. That's not true. You figure out where you're trying to get a little healthier. You're trying to keep sodium out, or you're trying to watch your carbs. You play around with that. Okay, so we're going to spread that on our tortilla. And then you're going to put what? It's a little turkey, pepperoni, and cheese on top.
You're just gonna take like maybe like 2.5 scoops,
Okay,
maybe a little bit more.
a little bit more. A good
And
cook just
then-
eyes it out. A baker just follows the recipe. A
You're just
cook
gonna
says,
spread it,
okay.
but you don't want to like get it too far to the edges, because then it's gonna get on your pan and. It's
And
just
who wants
like-
that?
Yeah.
Because then mom ends up having to clean the pan. Do
Yeah.
you help her with dishes?
No.
Okay, after today, I want you to help her with dishes. At least
Okay.
she's honest, folks, right? She's honest. Can you help mom with dishes?
Yeah.
Good girl. Okay, then,
And then you're gonna put a little bit of cheese on.
so we're gonna do the cheese before the pepperoni? Are you gonna do cheese, pepperoni, cheese? Cheese, again, is the word of the day.
Cheese and pepperoni.
And then cheese?
Sure.
Sure, Monica, if you would like more cheese. Okay, and the cheese shouldn't go all the way to the end either, right?
No.
Because that's gonna get all over the pan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. And again, we are from Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County. I want you to contact our friends here, because they have the best appliances around. I mean, again, you are going to either say, I love cooking with gas, or in the past, we've done the induction, but I thought today we would switch it out. The induction stove is fun. And for kids, by the way, oh, those are cool. Look at, you can put your nose in that. Like you're silly. Yeah. The induction stove for you kids is actually a great protection, because when you pick the pot up, it's not like crazy, crazy hot. Like with these, you got to watch, and people also have a tendency to forget to turn their stoves off.
Yeah.
Look at this one, by the way. I'm telling you, you could put it on your nose. No, I didn't do it. Okay, I want some more cheese, though. Can we put a little more cheese?
Yeah.
I like cheese. And what are we using, by the way? Oh, she's going to give me a lot of cheese.
Last night I was
Are
practicing.
we doing
and I
mozzarella, or is it a blend?
It's like, it's not a blend. It's just a creamy.
Creamy mozzarella.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to put it on our stove.
Mhm.
Oh, she gave me more cheese. That a girl. Okay.
There's not like.
And then how long
Drop
does this
it in?
cook for?
It doesn't really cook for a certain time. You just gotta keep like folding up and checking the bottom.
Okay. She's a good cook. You just got to keep checking it. So let me turn it down a little bit for us, and then we can keep checking in on our lettuce, and then we'll make our fun snack. Is this your absolute favorite? Is that why
Yeah.
you chose it today? What do you love about apples, peanut butter, and chocolate chips?
I don't know. It's just a good combo.
I agree with you. Absolutely. I've never done the chocolate chips. I always do apples and peanut butter. I love that. Have you ever made protein balls before? Has your
My
mom made
mom
you?
made them.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell
I
her.
like the peanut butter one.
Yeah, tell her to teach you how to do this, because that is simple. And for those of you, I've been a personal trainer for 25 years. I've never counted macros, never counted micros, all those things. They didn't exist back then. Get rid of it. Stop counting. Just be focused and present with the way you eat. That's what's important.
Now we're gonna
All right, so we're
spread it
just
like
folding and folding.
flipping
I like
this.
this. Do we get a little brown coloring or no?
Yeah, you want it like a little like toasty.
I like toasty. And do we eat, so from a serving standpoint, is one of these a serving?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you
Or
have anything else
could
with
have
that?
two. I would usually have like last night I ate it with like watermelon.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so let me ask this question. We did generational talk earlier this week. Do you put anything on your watermelon? Like pepper or salt? Or do you
No,
think that's
but people
gross?
put tahini on it. My dad does.
They put what?
Tahini, like
Oh, tahini. Oh, I like that idea. So yes.
disgusting.
No, well, you got to like spicy. So when I was in Cabo San Lucas, they came around and they did just that. They had pineapple with tahini on it, watermelon with tahini on it. Yeah, that might be an adult thing. Maybe you don't like that. But so do you think salt and pepper's weird on watermelon?
Yeah.
It's what we used to do as a kid, though. It's a generational thing. So just straight watermelon. Do you like seedless watermelon? Or do you like the seeds? Do you ever do a watermelon spitting
doesn't-
seed contest?
It doesn't really bother me.
You don't
Like the
swallow the
seeds.
seeds, do you?
I mean, I just eat it.
Oh, she does eat the seeds. Do you eat shrimp and eat the shell?
No.
It's roughage. If you're just tuning in on this Foodie Friday, we're cooking with our kids at the Slyman Brothers Appliance
I mean,
location
sometimes I'll like
in West County.
sometimes I'll like flick off like the seeds on the edge, but like if it's in there, I don't worry about it.
So you all can do like a flicking contest instead of a spitting contest.
Yeah, sure.
I'm with you. Let's do that. Okay, do we need to check our lettuce, or are we doing okay?
yeah.
All right, I'll do that while you're doing that. Does it look okay? Oh, it's getting a little brown.
Yeah, a little more.
A little
definitely.
more. A little more. She says.
Definitely.
Okay, and then so when you grill, really good grillers say not to flip the meat back and forth and back and forth. With this, do we just flip it once? Is it the same kind of mentality?
Yeah.
Okay, see, there's a science to it. How's it looking?
Looking like
Do you want me to turn the heat up a little bit?
yeah, maybe a little bit.
So does your sister help you cook ever?
No.
How come, Alyssa? I'm gonna call you out. No,
I mean, she does cook, but usually she just grabs chicken tenders out of the fridge and that's all she eats.
so she just likes instantaneous aspect.
Yeah.
Let's look at your family, by the way. We absolutely adore your family. So Andy and Jenny and Alyssa and Makenna, the Egans, meet the Egans. It's a new reality show we're starting today. So we talked about the four of you, but you also have a new member of the family, don't you? You want to tell me what the new member of your family's name is?
Her name is Bailey, my little puppy.
My little puppy. She did actually say it's time for me to have my own dog. So you just got her, what, a week ago or days ago, right? What do you love about Bailey?
She sleeps with me and she just like, I don't know, she'll fall asleep whenever and she's funny. She like jumps on me and stuff.
She's just a puppy, right?
Yeah.
How old is she?
12
weeks probably?
3 months.
So,
Same thing.
like, you're just learning her personality, but what's funny about her so far? Oh, that looks good, Makenna. Yummy. One flip.
Mm,
They call me one take Adam. She's one flip Egan.
Probably. I don't really know.
You're still learning her.
What?
She plays with a bottle?
She plays with like this plastic bottle.
Yep, dogs love that. You know, you could save a lot of money. People that buy, I should learn this myself. When you go out and you buy the toys for the dogs, literally it is, if you pull it apart, it is a plastic water bottle that's inside. That's the crunch, or that's the sound that they like.
Yeah.
We can just take an old water bottle and put a sock over the top of it, and voila, you got a toy.
And also, if you have a new puppy and you're like, she's getting like, if your puppy like gets out of hand, we found like a new thing to do, and it's like you put pennies in a can and you shake them when they jump on the table, and then they'll say like once they do that, they'll know that the pennies are going to shake. And
You're
they
right.
can do that again.
It's a good training tool. You do not hit the dog. You make that loud noise, and they associate what they're doing in that moment. You do have to catch them right in that moment.
Yeah.
What they're doing in that moment, you make that loud noise.
It's
I like
really-
the snapping sound.
It's really not going to help if you yell at them.
They don't like to be yelled at, because just like kids don't like to be yelled at. Okay. Oh, it's popping on Monica. Is it almost done? Oh, that's how it should look, right? Just a little crispy?
Yeah.
Okay. And then where are we on the timing of our lettuce? Timer. 10 minutes? How's it? Oh, 5 more minutes? How's it looking? You're the cook here. A little bit more, right?
Yeah, a lot more.
Oh,
They should be like crispy.
All right,
on
she
the
says
outside.
5 minutes, so we'll see what happens here. This is looking yummy, and you know there's a lot of people in the background that can't wait to eat some of this. That's why they come to these shows, specifically to eat the food. That does look good, and so it's simple. We are always talking about simple ingredients. So we'll take this aside, and we can make some more here in just a bit.
Yeah.
But this was tortilla and a little pizza sauce and turkey pepperoni and a little
And
mozzarella
then I
cheese.
usually just cut mine like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
Do we want to taste it, or we want to wait for our roasted lettuce?
Wait.
Okay, and we're going to make this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come over here. So peanuts, can we make it with almond butter if we wanted to? Have you ever had almond butter? Okay, now I'm going to let you cut the apple.
Okay.
Simple, keep it simple, right? And watch your fingers. We don't want to call 911 on this shoot. Do you like red apples or green apples?
I like red, but like my favorite is green.
But red's okay.
Yeah.
So green's a little bit more tart. I love, this is like, I teach all my clients, come home, you're a little hungry, you got a couple of hours before, be careful, before you have dinner, have a little apple and your peanut butter together. You've got some good protein, healthy fats. You do have to watch, let me teach you this very early on. You do have to watch serving. That's why I asked you earlier if that was one serving. So my husband, I'm gonna call him out, loves to just take peanut butter and eat it off the spoon. So just don't ever come to our house and look for a spoon, because
Kind of disgusting.
thank you. He also drinks water out of the sink like he's a dog.
Yeah, sometimes I do too.
Okay. We're being real here. Is that good enough? Okay, so she says that's mom's in the background saying that's good enough. But I like all this. We have to use we don't want to throw things away, Mom. Yep, so we got to watch our stove too. So there, we're gonna throw that. I want to toss this while she makes the other ones. So if you want almond butter or peanut butter, I like sunflower butter. That's another thing that you could use, a little sunflower butter.
You really can use any butter. It'll work with like any peanut butter or like anything.
What she said. Yep. Okay, again, a Foodie Friday. We're cooking with Makenna, and we've got 3 things we're making. We're going to finish it up here. So then what? Peanut butter?
Do you have a spoon?
Do we have a spoon? Yep, grab a spoon for us. Do we put peanut butter next and then put chocolate on top?
Yes.
I've never done a chocolate. I love this. So I was telling you about servings.
Mm-hmm.
Got to read labels. So we're going to mix that up a little bit. It's got a little oil on it. So do you have any idea what a serving is for peanut butter?
Kinda, yeah.
What is it? What do you think?
I definitely think you should not take a spoonful because that's kind of nasty. But
And that's a big spoon, by the way.
yeah.
Anybody in the background know what a serving size is on peanut butter? Look at Bill's in the background. He wants to eat off the spoon, he says. No, you don't?
That's what I do.
Yes, he does. So that is a
skip
bigger
right there.
spoon. So look, you want to keep mixing? All right, I'll help her with this. So, oh yeah, it's all in the bottom. We're going to mix it all up so we don't have all the oils that have a tendency to settle at the top.
This is really just like nuts. That's really.
So that's another
all it
question for
is.
all of you, and you can drop in. Do you like creamy peanut butter, or do you like crunchy peanut butter. I'm glad you did this. I like crunch.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I don't understand why, but for some reason, the honey, and I'm not gonna say which brand it is, have you ever had honey roasted peanut butter? Oh, it's yummy. So you can put your own honey, but they stopped having the one with nuts. It's all the creamy. Okay, and we're gonna come back to this. So nobody actually answered correctly. It's 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Nobody knew that. I just gave you. So that is a serving size, by the way. So you can have, but you also have to have an actual tablespoon. Okay, so I think that's enough. We're going to check on our little lettuce here in just a second. If you're just tuning in, we're doing quesadilla pizza. We're doing roasted lettuce with just a little avocado oil. And then this is the snack that all of your kids might like, which is apples, peanut butter, and then the secret ingredient is the little chocolate chips. Oh, I think that's close. We're getting roasted. You want to see it? She's the chef. Chef
Yeah.
Makenna, what do you think?
It's getting close.
It's getting close. Okay, I think it's got a couple minutes left. Do we have a, oh, we do. Never mind. I don't want to burn my hand when we take it out. Okay, peanut butter. And then put a little chocolate chip on that for me.
Spread it.
And then we're going to do a little taste test.
Okay.
So just a little spread. I'm going to take the apple out of the way. What kind of apples are these? Do you know? What are they?
Cosmic.
Cosmic. I've never had a cosmic apple before. You know what? I do like a good tart green apple, but my favorite, what do you think my favorite is?
Like,
They're sweeter. What do you all think? Honey crisp. That is the apple, right? Exactly. Oh, that's fun looking too. Okay, look.
you also don't want to put too much chocolate because that just takes over the whole point.
Yeah, I agree. That's like a masterpiece right there. That's like an art piece. So what do you want to be when you grow up, by the way?
A professional dancer.
I love that. She dances really good. Okay, let's check. And then I'll let you take it out. Yep. Do you think?
I think the front pieces need to be cooked like a little
Okay,
bit more.
we can go a little bit longer. How about we take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to taste the fruits of your labor. Does that sound good? All right, it's a Foodie Friday. We are at Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County. 3 dishes we made here for the kids, cooking with your kids and get back to the dinner table. Don't go anywhere.
Carroll House has the furniture you're dreaming of.
For big family gatherings, for entertaining friends, or just hanging out.
For working from home or resting after work.
For kids growing up, or young adults moving out.
Whether you're updating your first home, your next home, or your dream home.
Whatever the reason you're shopping, we have the furniture you're dreaming of at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
And welcome back again. We are at Slyman Brothers Appliances in West County off of Manchester, not far from 141. I'd love for you to come and see our friends when it's time for you to upgrade, or maybe you just built a house. Maybe you got into a new one and you don't like the appliances. You want to shift it out a little bit. Remember, Slyman Brothers are the ones that will take care of you. We're cooking on the gas stove today, and I mentioned there were all these different levels to this stove, which I think is super cool. I was thinking maybe to go to switching out and asking my husband to change because we need to completely convert, or your dad might be able to help with this, to gas. And I think I got him talked into it. So I think we're going to do just that. That's why we haven't pulled the trigger just yet on what we're going to change ours. But we have to, Makenna, because we have a little crack in our stove.
Oh, that's bad.
That is bad. Makenna Egan has been my guest today, cooking with the kids. So we're going to take this out. You wanted me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are roasting lettuce. Have you ever had roasted lettuce before? We're waiting for it to have a little brown on it. Do you think it looks good? Oh, she said it looks perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Remember to always turn your appliances off, just for safety reasons. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could maybe put a little, I like Himalayan pink salt. You could put that just to have from the mineral standpoint. You could put that, and then you can put your protein in. I think what would be really good, like a good pork chop could be in the middle of this, a good steak. Guys are shaking their heads saying yes. So we're going to have that. And earlier, we made our little pizza quesadillas and this fun little art project she made here. She turned food into art, right? So it's peanut butter, chocolate chip, and then we use our cosmic apples. What do you want me to taste first?
That.
They'll order it. Okay, we'll do this, then a little lettuce, then a little apple. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Bite it with me. Get into that
It's
quesadilla.
good.
Oh, it is good. Little turkey pepperoni, little cheese, little pizza sauce, and a tortilla. This one's carb balanced. You could do corn if you wanted to. That's yummy.
Mhm.
So you don't need all the
I
big
just
bread of a pizza.
randomly made it one day and I thought it was really good.
So you sure you don't want to maybe be a cook when you grow up?
No.
No.
Like,
let's
I
be a
like
dancer.
doing it, but I feel like I just wouldn't see myself as a cook.
Maybe you could be a dancing cook. You would get really popular. Okay. How about some roasted lettuce now? Which one do you think I should buy?
Try this one. This one's more crispy.
This one's the crispiest, she says.
Yes.
It's a little hot. Just saying. Watch your hands. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can feel the crispiness. Okay, so you just eat this by itself, huh?
Yeah, you can just like, just.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
And put it all together? And I make a little boat? Look at,
Good.
she's like, right? That's the stuff right there. It's the bomb. That's what the kids say. Okay, and then how about that?
Try my art piece.
Try my, oh, I need a napkin now. Can I have a napkin?
Yeah.
Maybe I put a little bit too much avocado oil on it. Okay, and then is it okay that I eat your art piece? You're not going to turn this in for like a school project? She's like, you're silly. The best treat around. High five. Look at that. This is what the kids can have. Keep them busy, teach them to eat healthy, and keep their minds working and bring the family unit together. Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Again, Makenna Egan, if you have a kid that would maybe want to do a future cooking segment with me, cooking with the kids, I would absolutely love that because it's important to teach them at a very young age. My grandma used to make cookies with me. And then what I did, I carried that down. And every time my godchild would come over, it was like she knew no matter what, it was, well, aren't we making cookies? Like Aunt Monica makes cookies with me. And so don't ever disappoint them because if that's what they're expecting, then you got to keep doing that. Thank you so much. And good luck in your transition with a new grade. Are you excited?
Yeah.
What, besides dancing, what's your favorite hobbies?
I like to like go outside a lot. I like to fish and golf.
Oh, see, she might be a professional golfer. Does your dad golf with you?
Yeah.
Is that who you learned from?
Yeah, we're like kind of learning together right now.
That's the best thing. See, they're putting the family unit together. Well, I love it. Come here, give me big hugs. Thank you so much. And to all of you and to Slyman Brothers, we greatly appreciate it. We had fun here today. We're going to make a little bit more for the team so they can taste how great this pizza quesadilla was, or quesadilla pizza. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got to keep it right. That's what it's called, quesadilla pizza. All right. We love these Foodie Fridays, and we know that you do as well. If you've got a chef or a restaurant that you would like for us to feature on a future show, or to get the kids involved, or you got an idea for a future Foodie Friday, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Bon appetit. And I want to welcome Crunch Fitness, by the way, on board with us, one of our many sponsors. And by the way, our sponsor list is growing. I cannot wait for the news in just over a week and a half for another brand new sponsor. If you're just tuning in, you got to go back and watch today's show. We had so much fun. Makenna, I love you. She just got the cutest smile, and I love our bond together. So that was the first of Cooking with Kids, and I hope it is one of many. We've got a lot of things planned for our Foodie Fridays. And by the way, we asked yesterday, what are the segments that you absolutely love that you do not want to go anywhere, that you want them to be long lasting? I know Audra, who's a regular viewer of our show, she loves when I do the Barking Baker segment. We've done 2 of those, so we'll have to cook with the dogs a little bit more, or bake with the dogs, cook with the kids, get chefs the notoriety that they deserve, restaurants. We might travel like we did in Texas and showcase people when you are actually traveling on vacation, etc. Yes, I love it. I love all the love for Makenna. Just shout out to her. Didn't she do a great job? It's a little scary, right, to be on camera. She did wonderful, and she gave us 3 fun snacks that the kids can have during summer break or maybe after school, and keeping them healthy as well. Everybody's saying good job to you. Great job. And also many people earlier were talking about how cute she was and how she literally is a carbon copy of her mother, Jenny. So Jenny, thank you for taking the daughter to work day and having her come along. We've got 44 of you on right now, so you may have missed that. Again, it's the beauty of streaming. We've got this great live audience that interacts with us, and then all of you that miss it, you're able to go back and watch. So a wonderful half-hour segment that we did at Slyman Brothers Appliances, and thanks to them, another one of our great sponsors. We cook at their West County and at their South County location. So after you eat, sometimes you feel like, okay, I gotta work this off. Time to crush those goals. 5 days in a row since Crunch opened. I haven't missed today. Remember, I told you it was all about self-care, workouts, mental, spiritual, praying, journaling, getting it all done. What about you? If you have fallen off the wagon, it's okay. Get right back on it. It's all about you. That's right. Can I say it again? It's all about you. You are the most important person in the equation of your life. And then you can take care of everyone else, your kiddos, your husband, your partner, your mom, your dad, etc. But you got to take care of you. Put your health first. Do the self-care. Again, all those things will help you this wonderful, balanced person, and you won't feel so bad about yourself, berate yourself, say you don't want to look in the mirror. All those things that I help you through from a personal training standpoint and a life coaching standpoint, it is let's take the steps to do so. And can I just say welcome back to this beautiful human being? Do you know who it is? Yep. Ruby Lee. Look who's back training with me. She wrote me just the other day and said, Monica, can I please start training with you again? And I was like, yep, let's do it. So Ruby and I are back training together again, getting ready for some shows that she has coming up. And by the way, she's got some really exciting news that I wish I could tell you, but she'll be telling you. So it's the reason why you want to follow her. Be sure to follow her. I think she's really active mostly on Instagram and on Facebook, but I'm telling you right now, these are some big news stories that she's going to provide to you. So if you love her music and you just love her as a human being, just wait till you hear what she has coming up, from where she's going to perform to some really exciting projects that she's going to be a part of. Major. I'm so excited for this. So we're getting her ready for a lot of things that she has coming up in August and October, etc. So Ruby, welcome back. I love helping each and every person. So yes, somebody came up to us at the gym yesterday and they're like, oh, you two are celebrities. You two are, stars or whatever. And I was like, no. And then someone was like, yeah, I thought I probably couldn't train with you because you just train the stars. No. I happen to be training with her, but I train everyone from kids to seniors to every walk of life, men, women alike. So if you are looking for a trainer, I do have some spots still open. I had a lady, shout out to Kathy. Hope you're feeling okay after your workout the other day. A brand new lady from Town and Country that's just reached out to me. Obviously Ruby coming back. I've got a new life coaching client. So if you didn't know, that's another part of our brand, personal training and life coaching. Again, getting you to the best version of yourself. So we just did the eating portion. So a lot of you are talking about arms, right? So it's going to be hot. You're wearing sleeveless outfits or you're wearing those sundresses and you want your arms to look good. Here's what I think most people do wrong. They may start to do some exercises. Great. Love it. I would highly recommend you get with a good trainer so that you don't hurt yourself and they can write up a program for you. You might say, oh, I've seen before how to do shoulder presses. Okay, well, we're working that biggest part of our shoulder. I've told you this before, but I thought it would be needed to bring back up again the importance of working all the different angles. So we do a front raise. We do a lateral raise, which I'm going to show you in just a second. But how many of you miss out on the importance of right here? The back part of your shoulder has to be worked. If you don't, remember this is why you slouch. So you tell your kids when they're young, my mom always told me, Monica, shoulders back, chest up, shoulders back, right? Or my best friend's mother, when she was growing up, she said KU. Do you know what that stands for? It's not Kansas University. It's knockers up. That's what she would tell her as she was growing up. So whatever it is to get the kids to get their shoulders back. Well, if you teach them at a young age to do this particular exercise, it would help them. Okay, see this? That works your rear deltoid, which is your shoulder region, but it's the rear part of your shoulder. I'm doing it on a machine. You don't have to do it on a machine. And this is what I want to stress. Yes, I can show you things to do when you're going into the gym, but then I just change the angle up on that a little bit. See, back and forth, where you can be inside, then you take it out. It's the same way though. If I had you in my house and I had you grab dumbbells, I might have you lean over, and I mean way over, flatten that back and come out where your hands end like this, or I may have you go with your pinky up. And so if we do, let me come away from this for a second. If we go pinky up, it would be like this. But if I'm standing up, it's more of the lateral head. Does this make sense to you? If not, please ask me to ask any questions for me. If I have you standing straight up with our shoulders back and our chest up, and we do it this way, we're hitting that lateral head of the deltoid. In order to get that rear part, you either need to do a machine like that, like the rear delt machine, where you're pulling back and then you're squeezing. Right now, you can do that while you're sitting in a chair or you're standing up. Just do it for me. Okay. Just no weights at all. Just go back like this and squeeze your back muscles, squeeze the back muscles and then the upper back muscles. And then right there, that's that rear delt. You can feel it. Or we can take our pinky lead and we come back. It's the extra squeeze there. I could literally grab just 1, 2, 3 pound weights, come back, squeeze, come back in and do a very small range of motion, which is what I do with a lot of seniors. And they'll be like, "Ooh, that burns," right? 1 pound weight. I'm telling you right now, we do that small little movement, many repetitions, you're going to feel that burn. In fact, you could literally use no weight at all and just do the movement. Squeeze. I'm squeezing right now, right back in here. Again, it's this area right here that we're talking about working. That's your rear deltoid. Okay. So that's what that movement is. Again, on a machine or with dumbbells, whatever you have, make the best use of it. So we're going to show a couple of bicep exercises and a couple of shoulder exercises. The other is the lateral head. And again, this is with a machine, but you can do it with dumbbells. So I'm up against the machine. If you're going to use the machine, make sure you bury your chest against that pad. Position your body up against it. You don't want to be leaning back and straining in the neck. And then you're raising up. So I'm now moving a little faster, but you can go slow. Again, when you're training with a good trainer, they're going to say, sometimes let's work those slow twitch muscle fibers. Then let's work fast twitch muscle fibers. Let's do holds, isometric. Let's do time under tension. There are a lot of things to do so that we're always confusing the body. So it does what? So it changes for us. So as you saw there, I had the pad right on my arm and I was pushing it upwards, raising it upwards, which again, because of the positioning of my body, is the lateral head. It confuses people sometimes because they swear that they're doing the same movement and they're like, aren't I doing the same thing? No, it is all in where is our positioning. If I'm up here and I'm doing the raise, it's that lateral head. If I'm leaning over and I'm bringing it back, think I'm bringing it back, it's working the back part of my shoulder. That makes sense? Again, I would do about 3 sets of those. I don't know you or what your goals are. You'd have to come to me for that. But I would say, if you're trying to put on a little size, your repetitions might be a little less and then the weight's a little heavier. So maybe you're doing 8 to 10 reps. Maybe you're using a medium weight. You use about 12 to 15 repetitions, or you use a very light weight. And I might say, I want you to do 20, 25, and it's going to really burn it out. So 2 really good exercises for your shoulders. Again, the lateral head and then the rear deltoid. Trust me, you do those and you do them on a regular basis. Watch what happens and how gorgeous your shoulders look. And then it's the biceps. Okay. If you have access to the machines, you can do your bicep work. If you do not, then you use dumbbells or whatever you have. Maybe you want to use some bands. That's good as well. I went over and changed the normal angle. A lot of people are used to doing a bicep curl and they have their hands this way. But have you heard of the hammer curl? So you're here. I'm going to come in by, what is by? Two heads of our muscle here, our bicep. Instead of doing it this way, which I can on this particular machine, I used it in a hammer. You can do this again with a machine, or you can stand up or sit down. For those of you that cannot do standing exercises, then sit down, but sit upright. Engage the core, open up that abdominal wall, tighten up the abdominal region, if you're sitting down in your chair or on a ball, you can also do these on a fitness ball, you would use the dumbbells. It's the exact same thing. So there's no reason to not do this. I just happen to be over and supporting those that support us over at Crunch Fitness. That's where I was doing the workout. So I'm coming up doing it in a hammer curl fashion. And then from there, one exercise I think a lot of people might forget about, or maybe they've never done before, is a reverse curl. Why am I doing the reverse curl? Anybody know? So if you look closely, I do not have my palms facing upwards. They're facing downward. And I'm on a cable crossover machine. So I've got the position of that bar from down below, lifting it up. But my hands, as you can see, my palms are facing downward. You know why I'm doing a reverse curl? It's a really good question for you. I'll let you answer now, or maybe you can, drop in a comment later. So when you're doing any exercise, let me stress this. I showed you 4. Again, the rear delt and the lateral raise, and then our hammer curl, and then our reverse curl. I want you to work every possible angle of the muscle when you're training. So we're doing upper body, we're doing lower body, we're doing abs, calves. I don't care. You got to work as many angles as possible. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results, right? That's crazy thinking. We've got to change things. So every time someone's training with me, I make sure, let's do a different angle. It might look similar, but we're going to change things up a little bit. So again, with shoulders, front raises, side raises, presses, rotational presses for our rotator cuff, and then the rear part as well. We might even do upright rows. There's so much to get all of that region. And then our biceps, basic curls, hammer curls. We might come out and do this like W style. We can do W presses and then wide curls, and then that reverse. The reverse curl. Why do we do the reverse curl? Anybody know? Let's see. Let me go back here with some of our comments that have been coming in. The great job was to Makenna earlier for the cooking. Julie said great job to her as well. And Jenny obviously was so very proud of her. Rich, I'm going to learn that one of these days. Yep. Perhaps you can do a segment with the weight where we can join in. Well, Jeannie, stay tuned. We've got a lot of ideas of ways that you can get into life coaching with me, ways that you can work out with me. We used to have a life coaching class on Thursday nights. Would you all be interested in coming out and doing retreats with us? There are a lot of you that call yourselves Monica's Maniacs, and we're thinking of doing travel retreats together. And I have got to ask you this. If I got a bunch of girls together sometime in the fall, would you all want to be a part of this? A true bonding girlfriend weekend away, but not too far away. You don't have to get on a plane. You don't have to get a plane ticket. I'm talking about just driving to the St. Genevieve area. Okay, it's a little escape, a gorgeous area that I'm thinking of doing a weekend away in October, but I want to test and see how many of you would want to join, because I would love to meet so many of you. We've got a lot of ideas that we want to plan. It would be a Friday evening into Sunday and then back with your family. So a short stint away with your girlfriends, with your best friends, with your mom, with your sister, with your daughter. Let's get the bonding aspect. That's what I say all the time, how important it is for girlfriend time away. So we're thinking about that. Jeannie said, I'm working on those bat wings. I love it. Jenny, it's in the works. Oh, yeah. See, she just told you we're working on a lot of things. I've lost weight and trying to tone at 71, not as easy as it used to be. Of course, but I love the fact that you're not giving up on yourself. Congrats. That's a great feeling. You got this. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible, especially if Monica's helping you. You bet it is. So, okay, I was asking, why do I do the reverse? So work those forearms, and then you're going to drop the weight, because when you are in this reverse curl, there's no way you are able to lift as heavy of a weight as you can when you turn those hands over and you've got the bicep facing upwards doing the majority of that work. When you flip it over and you're doing it in this fashion, you're getting more into that forearm, and it's called that biceps brachii. So it's from the connection point as we go from our forearm into our biceps. It's important to work everything. So that's why I like to throw in things that maybe you've never thought of before. There you go. So again, thank you so much to our sponsor, Crunch Fitness, for being a part of our segments. And they've got some really cool things that they have coming up. And it's very inexpensive to have 45,000 square feet of a gym and then have all the classes. And I mean classes that are super, super cool. They have a hot stuff room where they do hot yoga, Pilates, bar, even HIIT training in a hot room. And then you like dancing. I thought this was funny. funny. They've got a class called "So You Think You Can't Dance," or maybe you can't, and we're going to teach you how to. Just the kindest people I've ever seen, and I've been around gyms, as you know, for a long, long time. Thank you all. I missed you. Well, Jeannie, welcome back. By the way, I'm sure you're back from Italy now. Love having you. She's watching us from Texas. There's Crunch Fitnesses in Texas. I know that much. They're all over the place, and finally, they're in our area. Florissant's already open. Baldwin, where I'm training at 141 in Manchester, is open. And for you in St. Peter's, they are opening a new location in July, and more and more and more to come. 12 locations, I think, is what I heard by the time the year is over. We're going to do our devotional. Don't go anywhere. That's how we'll wrap up the show.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
$9.99 a month. That's amazing. All right. Before we do our devotional, I want to remind you, coming up on June 29th at 9:30 in the morning, we are going to be broadcasting live while all of you do your self-care, your manicures and your pedicures. And I want you to support my dear friend who believed in herself and opened her own nail salon about 7 years ago, 964 Brookwood Center in Fenton. It's called Golden Nails. And like I said, there's another one in town, but that's not the one you want to go to. You want to go to the one in Fenton. If you haven't been in a while, look how beautiful it is. This is a complete makeover that they did inside. They have the friendliest staff I've ever seen, from Yada to Lynn to Nikki to Maria to Cece to Tune. I mean, I don't want to miss anybody. They've got so many, and they're all going to be there that day a little bit earlier for our show. So I do want to thank them for coming in early. They normally open at 10, but they're going to open up for us to do your nails. And I know a lot of you have already booked. 9:30 is when we're going to broadcast through 10:30. And here's what they're doing for all of you that watch our show. They're going to give a 10% discount for that bundle. So a lot of you go in and get your manicures and pedicures together. You might as well save money and get them done by some of the best in the industry. 10% off the manicure and pedicure that day only. So we've got 9 people that are going to be loading up the chairs behind us while we're doing our broadcast. Those 9 spots are taken already, but right after 10:30, 11 o'clock throughout the day on June 29th, you might as well go ahead and get your manicure, pedicure done. Go with your husband, go with your boyfriend, go with your daughters. I went with my godchild. Do that and do it at Golden Nails and get your 10% off. Put your name in the jar. They're giving away a $100 gift card. And they are also putting a basket together, and that basket is going to go to one of you lucky 9 that are there during the actual broadcast. If you don't have your reservation for a manicure or pedicure in that time slot at 9:30, that's fine. You can still come and watch the show if you'd like to, or be there a little early before you have your appointment. So call Golden Nails. Again, they're located in Brookwood Center in Fenton, and get your manicure, pedicure done that day and get your money saved. Again, 10% off. So for those of you that are just tuning in, those are some of the things that we have coming up. Tomorrow, Dude's Playground, Big Poker Run. The following Sunday is our show again at Golden Nails. And then we've got one on tap already in July. I do need 2 more models. Do you want to be part of our makeover show? It is July 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning. 295 North Lindbergh. It's NCJW. It's the National Council of Jewish Women. They're located in Creve Coeur, and we're going to do a makeover show that day. We are going to ideally have maybe 6. I'd love to have 6 models and have 2 different outfits, the same way we do with our friends at the Vault Luxury Resale. This one is a first that we've ever done, again, at NCJW. So you've got to be able to be available on that day at that time. You'll come a little bit early, and then you'll be there with us for the live show. Again, July 18th, 9 a.m. So you'll arrive at 8:30, but a week before, you're going to go in and get fitted for your outfits. And then I get a chance to see it for the very first time ever, because I don't see it before that day. I'll get to see you come out. We'll see a picture of you the way you're used to dressing, and then what the ladies put you in. And the cool thing about this one is it's men and women. So we've got Danielle, Kim, Barb, and Hayden already lined up for our models. So 2 more. If you're interested, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. All right, folks, time to wrap up with our devotional. Sometimes we read from Jesus Calling. Sometimes it's a new one. Thank you to Jennifer Bonacorsi for giving us Fashioned by God. And then thank you also to Marilyn. She gave us the Jesus Listens and Jesus Calling books from Sarah Young. I'm going to read today from Jesus Listens. And then we're going to get into our weekend. Please, please, please heed the warning of just how hot it's going to be. Stay inside if you can, or if you are going outside, you got to hydrate like crazy. Okay, it's June 20th. Jesus, my peace. Help me to live close to you, remembering that you are my resting place. Since you, my Prince of Peace, are both with and within me, I can dwell in this peaceful haven with you. I long to be able to stay calm in the midst of stressful situations, centering myself in you. We can deal with my problems together, you and I, so there's no need for me to panic when things seem out of control. But I confess that the more difficult my circumstances, the more likely I am to anxiously shift into high gear, forgetting your steadfast presence that strengthens me. So as soon as I realize I've wandered from your presence, I need to return to you immediately. Whispering your name reconnects me with you, and that calms me down. We talked earlier about stillness, the strength in stillness, and again, the importance of breathing and meditating and praying. Sometimes I get discouraged because I seem to wander away from you so frequently. However, I'm striving to form a new habit, and I know this takes time and persistent effort. Thank you for showing me that the rewards of this strenuous training are well worth all the effort. I'm finding that the more I return to you, my resting place, the more peaceful and joyful my life becomes. In your wonderful name, amen. And if you're new to the show, you don't know that we do that at the end. That's the way we wrap it all up in a pretty bow. We give you a little faith to bring it home. Love you all. Thank you for a wonderful week. Again, I hope I see a lot of you tomorrow. Just be smart. Come on out either for the ride or maybe after and celebrate with us. I can't wait to give you all big hugs at the 3rd annual Dudes Playground Poker Run starting at 12 o'clock with the live broadcast. If you absolutely can't be there, then watch for us on all the platforms. There's still 46 of you on right now: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Rumble, LinkedIn. And if there's a platform we're not on that you would like for us to be on, let me know. Also, don't forget on Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. we have a podcast that drops. Hannah Ledford, thank you for your audio editing. Thank you to Zach Kimball for directing throughout the week and also editing that wonderful Foodie Friday package. And to our new interns, we absolutely love Hayden Schwab, Miranda Devers, Gabriel Bell, and then, of course, I left the best for last, Jenny Egan, my wonderful assistant and moderator extraordinaire. She'll be there with me tomorrow as well. If you want to come out and meet Jim, he'll be there. We're going to hop on the Harley with all of you and raise some big money for our veterans. Coming up on Monday, a very emotional and powerful and educational story. A very dear friend of mine I haven't seen in 12 years, Dr. Martin Hogan. He's coming in from Chicago to join us and tell us about his journey and his battle and his warriorship as he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, but a child form of it, which is extremely rare. He is my guest on Monday. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be an amazing show. And then coming up on Tuesday, the author of Daddy Don't Go. Even when you have to go through a divorce, do not separate yourself from your children and never have a part in their life again. Daddy Don't Go. We'll be talking all about that. Got some big things on tap for you. Again, if you ever have a guest or a sponsor idea or a mobile Monica idea, shoot me an email with ideas to info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed weekend. And remember what we always ask you to do. It's the greatest thing you can be. It's kind.